been in it since Thursday now. I just found out I've got to stay again tonight. So, I'm a bit disappointed. But hopefully I could go home tomorrow. It's so boring in here. Hey guys, and
coronavirus! I tell that girl that come repeat. Her favorite song is on repeat. She know the type I can lead.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Before I jump into the video, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has showed me love and support and, you know, just sent me all these amazing messages, especially my family. Through the whole time that I was ill, I was receiving messages from my cousins, my aunties, extended family, just wishing me well and praying for me and, you know, just being really amazing. Obviously, I need to give a massive shout out to my mum, my sister and my stepdad for looking after me while I was ill before I actually got into the hospital, because I know it was hard and it was really hard for them. So I just want to say that because I know I joke around a lot and all of that. I just wanted to say that. Right, so now that we've got all those soppy, heartfelt bits out of the way, let's jump into the story. When I was diagnosed, there was only 6 confirmed cases of coronavirus in my town. So they didn't actually know what to do with me. Like, they had no idea. I think it was like really difficult for them to know where to place me, what to do, because in my town it wasn't huge. It's a new virus, and then I was 25 as well. They didn't think I had it, and I had it, and like, I think it was just all a bit mad. But yeah, overall they were really nice and they cared for me well. So where did I leave off in the last one? They took me into the side room, and then this guy's come in with this big mask on his face, and she's tested positive for coronavirus, for the COVID-19. Just like that. We're gonna have to keep you in because we're worried about your breathing, your heart rate's really fast, and your blood pressure's really low. Like, the pneumonia's still very much there. So I was in this room, and he was like, yeah, you have to stay in here until we find you a bed. Right, so I've left you guys in with me in this room. Just found out I've got coronavirus. It's mad. My mum's gone. No visitors. Aaliyah's got coronavirus, right? That's the current situation. Nobody in the world wants to get coronavirus. So I'm lying there, and then all of a sudden, this machine starts going mad, right? And it's beeping, it's going mad, and obviously I'm really sick, so like the noise is really pissing me off. Like, it's really, really, really loud. So I'm like in the room, like shouting, like, could someone come in here and help me? I was thinking I'm going in, innit? I'm shouting bear, and I'm not shouting bear at all. And then I see this little head, right, pop up to the window. And she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, the machine's going off. I can't stand it. And she was like, it's fine. It's just low battery. I was like, so what does that mean? I was like, I need your help. She's like, no, you know, it's fine. Because she don't want to come in there because every nurse knows that I've got the virus. So that's all going on, and I'm lying there for what feels like forever.
2 hours later.
A guy comes in, a really nice guy, he's like really friendly. And he comes in, he was like, we found your bed. And I'm really like excited because I thought I had to stay in that room by myself. He's like, we've got you a bed, so we're going to take you down to the ward. It was a weird feeling being there because I was happy to be there because I was like, finally, like, someone's going to look after me. But at the same time, I was like fed up of being ill. There was minimal reception, but no Wi-Fi, and I couldn't get any internet on my phone on the ward, and you weren't allowed visitors. So I was like really struggling with that because I was thinking I can't see my mum, and I also can't really communicate with her that well. So that night I didn't really sleep at all. It was bearable, you know. I knew I was in the right hands, and I was too out of it to really be that emotional. I made a mistake in the last video. The day that I got admitted to the hospital was Thursday, so the next day was Friday. So it comes to Friday now. They you don't really get like proper night's sleep in the hospital, because they're coming around like every 5 minutes doing your observations. The doctors came round. When he's checking my chest, he was like, on the right hand side the lungs sound like obstructed basically, so yeah, you're definitely gonna have to stay in. I didn't really know how I felt about it. I was a bit like, well, yeah, like, I don't feel any better, to be fair, but at the same time I was getting a bit fed up because I wasn't allowed any visitors, and obviously I'm in this ward and it's just me and it's Barbara just in the ward. So I was just like, okay. The guy was like, right, we're gonna start you on another course of antibiotics. So I was like, okay, hopefully this works and I can get out of here. Obviously I'd come in the night before through ambulance, so I didn't have anything, and also I wasn't allowed visitors, so my phone was like on like 10%, and I was thinking this is like my only connection to the outside world. So I was getting a bit worried about that. The phone rang, the ward phone rang, and I could hear the woman talking, and I knew straight away that it was my mum. She was like, you know, she's not doing that much better, and she's like, I'm not sure how much longer, but like the nurse was being so nice, and I felt like really reassured, because I knew it was my mum on the phone. I just knew. And I was thinking, how did she get the number of the ward when they've kicked her out before I've even gone to the ward? And I was just like, my mum's actually a G, because I didn't tell her where I was. After that, they brought round the medication, right? Bearing in mind, I still haven't eaten. My appetite's not come back. I still feel like shit. So they brought back the medication, and they've given me these 2 pills, right, of antibiotics. So I've taken the antibiotics, and I'm thinking, you know, yeah, like, I'm gonna get better, like, I'm on these pills now. I'm lying there, and I'm like, something's wrong. Something feels wrong. I've rang the bell, and Miguel, one of my nurses, I just know his name because they was always hollering Miguel, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna be sick. And he was like, okay, I'll get you a sick bowl thing. And as soon as he's left, sick everywhere.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Yo, Siri, I'm trying to do a thing. No. Can you allow it? I literally threw up everywhere. And there was like these little white bits in it. So I've literally just sicked back up the antibiotics, basically. But I was just like, no. You can't be doing that. Do you know what I mean? Because I was thinking, we need to get out of here. You can't be being sick when we need to get out of here. This is long. So the nurses have come in, they've cleaned it all up, and they must have talked to the doctors, because for the foreseeable, I only had like 1 pill. The Friday was probably the longest day in there, like, because I couldn't get comfortable, and like when you're lying on the beds, it starts off comfortable, but then it's just a little bit like, you're just in one position the whole time, so it's very dead. Friday was eventful, innit, because it was just me and Barbara in the morning. So I've found out that I'm staying, all this is happening, whatever. So I'm on the ward now, yeah, doing my thing, yeah, and the curtain is like open a little bit, but I don't get visitors. I'm watching Barbara, she's my entertainment. So they've come in and they've moved Barbara to the chair, right, for her daily exercise, yeah. So she's in the chair, and the nurses have obviously got like other wards and like bare shit going on. So I'm lying there like ill, coughing, you know, I'm unwell, do you know what I mean? And I'm watching Barbara and I was thinking, she's going to do a mazza. I had a feeling that she's going to do a mazza, and I was thinking, you're 87, Barbs, you got coronavirus, don't do nothing, because I can't back it, do you know what I mean? Anyway, so she's talking now, she's not really talking directly to no one, so I'm not really quite sure I'm meant to answer, can't really talk that well anyway. And she sat on the chair, and she's like on the edge of the chair, and I was thinking, Barbara, don't do it. Don't do it, Barbara. Do you know what I mean? Like, me and you's both got corona. It's not a thing. Just don't do it, yeah? So, you know, she's held on to the trolley, the food trolley thing that we've all got a food trolley table. She's held on to that and she stood up. Barbara decided she wants to go for a walk. So I've got my bell thing now, because I'm thinking this is not going to end well. So I'm pressing it and I'm pressing it. But obviously, there's other wards and other Barbaras, and, you know, the nurses have got things to do. So she's got up using this thing. And I'm like, shit. I'm very, very unwell. I'm just gonna put that back in there for a minute. I'm connected to the the IV fluids. So I'm like, Barbara? And she's like, yeah, I'm ready to get back into bed now. And I was like, oh, no. So she's walking and I'm pressing the button, The thing is, it felt like a lot longer than it was. But it probably was all a very short space of time. So she's walking forward and so far, so good. It's all going well, so far. So she's got up on the thing, she's walking, and then literally in a second, she stepped backward and dropped on the floor. And I was like, oh my God. Barbara's dead. That's what I was thinking. She's dead. I can't believe it. I was like, oh my God, I've just witnessed this old lady die. I couldn't. I'm like, shit. And obviously, like, from the outside looking in, people are probably looking at me thinking, like, why are you not moving? But obviously, I'm hooked up. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like pressing the button. Barbara's on the floor. I'm like, shit. Right? So I've got up and I say I got up like I got up easy. Nah. So I've got up and then I've gone around the thing and I've got my IV. And Barbara's lying there, right? And I'm looking at her. I hear her speak and then her head's popped up, innit? And I'm like, oh, okay. She's not dead. She's calm. Barbara's not dead. And she's like, hello? And I was like, oh, shit. And I've got my machine thing. I was like, right, we need to go. And I'm about to walk to the door and I'm like knocking on the door because I know you're not allowed to open the coronavirus ward door because the people on the outside are not protected. But I'm like, Barbara's on the floor. I shouldn't be out of bed. Someone needs to come in here. Like, hello? I need help. Barbara's on the floor. Next thing you know, all the nurses have come up. I don't actually know where they were. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where they were. But I think they was dealing with a crisis in another ward. So yeah, like literally it was mad. It was very mad. Like they've all rushed back in. They've helped Barbara get back on the bed. She was okay. They was checking on her all day. Like she was fine, innit? Like it was probably more dramatic from where I was looking. But it was wild. Because I was thinking I can't help her. I literally thought I witnessed Barbara die. That's what I thought. So the rest of the day, I think I started to realise that the coronavirus pandemic is starting to pick up because all of a sudden they start bringing extra people onto the ward. So they brought a guy onto the ward called John. I didn't see him and it was really weird because he used to talk to me through the curtain. I would never know what John looks like, and I think personally that's wild. Do you know what I mean? But that's corona ward for you. It started off being just me and Barbara. At the end of the Friday, there was 5 of us. It was a bit uncomfortable because all of these people had coronavirus, but other issues as well. So the guy next to me, he had back issues, which is why he was in there. And there was a poor lady in the corner who had cancer. They had to stop her other treatments, and she was on oxygen. It was really horrible. And the woman in front of me, I've never heard her speak. She had it and she was 81. So it was like, it was quite uncomfortable. Like at times I thought like I wanted to keep the curtain closed because I didn't want to witness anything mad. Do you know what I mean? Like I know it might sound selfish, but I didn't want to have to experience that. So Saturday come around now. I had to have this ECG check because my heart rate was, it kept being fast. So I had to have this ECG thing. And they do it like, they pull your top up and that. Do you know what I mean? So you're just lying there topless and they're stuck all these things on you. And it's not very dignified. Do you know what I mean? The whole time in hospital, you don't really feel very human. They got to do what they got to do. But all the nurses in the hospital were absolutely lovely. Like, they were amazing. So they've done all these tests and they're still worried about my breathing. And basically, I hadn't improved at all. And I was just like, is this a joke? Like, I've literally been ill for so long. I think Saturday might have been my worst day in there because obviously I thought I was only staying one night. They had basically said, you've got to stay again, right? And that was Saturday. You've got you got to stay here again. We're sorry, you're breathing, it's not to our satisfaction. You've still got the pneumonia and your heart rate is fluctuating a bit too much, basically. So at one point the nurse comes in and she's like, are you okay? And I broke down. Like, it's the day that I broke down, and I was just like, can I see my mum? And she was like, I'm sorry, you're not allowed any visitors. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, I want to see my mum. I don't want to be here. So I'm like crying, and I was like, I just want a visit. And then she was like, we can try and call your mum if you want. And obviously I understood why I couldn't have visitors, but it was just, at the same time, you want to see someone. And I was so emotional. Like, it all came at once. For me, that, like, I think in my head, I was like, nah, I need to get better. I can't keep staying here. Like, I'm sick of it. A nurse came and were like, do you know someone called Vicky? Right? So Vicky's my cousin. They were like, do you know someone called Mickey or Vicky? And I was like, I know a Vicky. And they were like, oh, they brought your charger. And it was literally like the most amazing feeling in the world, because it was like a connection to the outside world. I think it was on Friday actually, but I can't remember. So I finally got to speak to my mum on the Saturday, and she cheered me up. And I knew she was struggling with everything, but she was just so strong when she was talking to me, and she's like, you know, you got this, hang in there or whatever. I spoke to my dad and he was really emotional. Yeah, like, it was just a really hard day. So Saturday was a really hard day. My mum was asking me like what sort of things I want. I was like, I can't really eat much, but I had an orange the other day and I could actually taste it. My nurse came in later, it was quite late on Saturday, and she was like, someone has dropped off a bag of stuff for you. I didn't know who it was. Later found out it was my brother, but I didn't know it was my brother at the time. And then I've opened the bag, and I could have cried because there was a packet of oranges in there. And I was literally so happy about the fact that there was orange. I couldn't even. But I hadn't been eating. So I had 2 oranges in a row, and it was like this big thing for me. I was like, oh my God, I'm better. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, Saturday was a bit of a rough day. So Sunday come round now, right? And I woke up on a whole new flex. I was like, I'm better. I felt the best I felt in the last however many days. So I've woke up, I've attempted a shower. They were very rare. Not gonna lie, the shower was rough. It was rough. I found myself sat down for ages after. It wiped me out. I had no energy, like 0 energy. And I was just like, oh my God, like, wow. But like halfway through the day, I'm like, nah, I'm feeling really good. I was like, I know I'm not 100% better, but I reckon I could do the rest of my recovery at home. So it's getting like later into the day. It's now like around 12 o'clock, and I'm thinking, where's the doctor at? Do you know what I mean? It's got to like around 12 o'clock, maybe a bit later. My nurse has come in, and I was like, hey, when are the doctors getting here? And she's like, oh, the doctors, they don't work Sundays. I was like, what does that mean? She's like, they don't work Sundays, they'll be here tomorrow. So I was like, so does that mean I have to stay? And then she's like, yeah. Which it really upset me, because I was thinking, I feel like someone should have told me that I was staying another night. Like, to be fair, they probably wouldn't have let me out that day anyway, but it was a lot. I think maybe I was being a bit dramatic. Because they were all really nice to me. I just didn't want to be in there anymore. After I'd got over the fact that I wasn't getting out of there, it was quite good, because I had like a cheese and pickle sandwich, and I managed to eat all the quarters. I couldn't eat the crust, but I could eat all the quarters. By the way, hospital food is horrible, so I refused to order anything apart from sandwiches. I finished off the oranges. Like, can you imagine? I had 4 quarters of a sandwich, polished off the oranges. I was like, I'm back. I no longer had a drip, because I was drinking squash really well. Like, I know I'm getting gas, but like, I was really proud of myself. I was thinking, well, if I'm not getting out today, I'm 100% getting out tomorrow, because I feel like I confirm this at home now.
The next day,
I woke up early. Because I was like, boom, I'm out of it, right? My breathing on Monday morning felt really clear. And I was like, oh my God, someone's on my side, because I think I'm gonna be able to get out of here. So I've got up early, I've ordered bran flakes for breakfast, I've managed to eat half the bowl. Gas. I've only got another shower, and and this shower was sick, because in my care package that I got for my brother, I had shower gel, I had fresh clothes, I had all this stuff, so I just felt so gassed. It didn't wipe me out. I'm doing alright. So I've gone back to bed, and I'm literally sat up in the bed. I put the whole bed up. I sat up in the bed, and I was thinking, this is the day. So I'm watching doctors after doctors come in, and I'm like, yo, where's my doctor at? Finally, my doctor came, and there was 2 of them. And the guy was like, oh, like, let's check you over. How are you feeling? I was like, I'm feeling really, really well. So he's checked my chest. Obviously, they hadn't seen me the day before, so it's been a whole 48 hours. He's like, right, breathe in. And I'm breathing in, and usually I'm coughing if I do that, and this didn't happen. So he's like, right, breathing again, and I'm breathing in. Nah, it's calm. And then he was like, your lungs are completely clear. I was like, are you joking? He was like, they're completely clear. And I literally could have shed a tear. I couldn't believe it. Like, I wasn't 100%, obviously, you're not going to be 100%, but my lungs was clear. And it was like the first bit of good news I'd had in like 2 weeks. He was like, yeah, like, do you want to get out of here? I was like, oh my God, please get me out of here. Like, please. So he was like, yeah, I'm happy to discharge you. We're going to send you home with antibiotics. And I'm literally so happy, right? I'm literally so happy. So I rang my mum, and I was like, Mum, you never guess what? She's like, what? I was like, I'm out of here. Ah, gassed. The woman's like, right, your antibiotics are ready. Call your mum. You can go. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe it, right? I was like, thank you guys for everything. Like, you've been amazing to me. Like, thank you so much. So obviously, I've said that I'm better, right? I am better. I'm going home. Everything's fine. Everything's cleared for me to go. But obviously, I've still had an ordeal, right? So now she was like, you can go, but you have to wear a mask and stuff. And I'm still like really learning the breathing thing. The way out was quite traumatic, because I'm now still struggling with breathing a little bit. Got my mask on, sent me on my way. So I'm walking now, and obviously all these corridors look the same. One woman was like, okay, like, you go down, you go up, you go left, you go right. And I was just like, is this a joke? So I rang my mum. My mum was like, I'm here, like, where are you? I was like, I don't know how to get out. And I'm on the phone panicking now. Like, I'm literally panicking. I'm like, Mum, I don't think I'm gonna make it out. Like, it's really dramatic. It was literally 5 minutes away. I couldn't breathe in the mask. I'm walking. I'm like, Mum, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I think I can see an exit, right? Because she was at the entrance. I was like, I think I can see an exit. She's like, what exit is it? Like, let me know what exit it is. And I was like, I don't know. Like, it used to take me here when I was younger for my ears. And she was racking her brain, and she was like, I think I know it. It was like a scene out of a movie, right? Because obviously I ain't seen her for 4 days, and I can't breathe under the mask. She's like, I'm coming around, darling, and I could hear her shouting at drivers, and it like, move out of the way, like, going crazy. I was thinking, one of these brothers could have wheeled me out in a wheelchair, do you know what I mean? After everything I've been through. I've just got bare stuff. So I'm walking, and then, she's like, can you see me? Like, I'm pulling up the road. I was like, I think I can see you, right? So she was like, I'm getting out of the car, and literally she ran across the road. Oh, something out of a movie, I'm telling you. She ran across the road, and she's literally grabbed hold of me, and she's burst out crying. I've burst out crying. It's literally like really emotional. She'd saved the day, as she does always. Coronavirus! Life after coronavirus wasn't the greatest, but you know, I thought it was going to stop at the hospital, but like, I got home, you know, it was really hard to eat food. I was sick, I was weak. It didn't just get better, do you know what I mean? So literally, like, it's not just a, oh my God, you have coronavirus, you don't have it, you're cool. After everything happened and I finally got home, I was so happy to be home. it was like something else had started. Boris had locked down the country on the Tuesday, so I had this whole ordeal for 2 weeks, and then I got home and it had just started. I'm 100% okay now. I still have an annoying cough, but I just think that that's my immune system trying to recover from everything that happened. That's what coronavirus is like. It's worse for some, better for some, but on a whole, it's shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just shit. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. But yeah, I'm really thankful that I'm better, and that obviously it could have taken a turn, because there was so many times where I literally questioned if I was going to make it. Like, it was that bad. It wasn't banger. Do you know what I mean? That was my coronavirus experience. That was my life for a couple weeks. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Coronavirus. I tell that girl that come repeat. Her favorite song is on repeat.